YouTube, and welcome into a brand new tutorial series on Civilization VI. This kind of collection of videos in the playlist you're watching right now, we are going to be taking a look at how to win a domination game on Deity in Civilization VI. Just like all the other victory types, this series is going to come at you in 3 parts. We're going to do the early game, roughly turns 1 to 100, the mid game of roughly turns 100 to 160 or so, and then the late game turn 160 till the end of the game. So those are the 3 videos in this series. If you're kind of watching them in order, the next one following this should be the mid-game video. Also, we are live streaming this on Twitch. If you want to check out the live stream so you can get this like full unedited version, feel free to hit the link in the description. People are joining and following right now, which is exciting. But make sure, hello YouTube, say hi to Twitch, Twitch say hi to YouTube, and let's get this game going. The way we've set up this game here is kind of important. Now, there's a lot of domination civs you can pick. Just go through, you got your pick of the litter. Almost any civ can also just be a domination civ, which is pretty exciting. But Rome is really good, Alex is pretty good, Scythia is pretty good. There's a lot of them. Mongolia is pretty good, and so we picked Shaka. You can pick whichever civ you want for a domination victory, and just be aware of the things that make them good and the things that don't, and try and play to those advantages. So like any victory type, there are multiple ways to win, and there's multiple ways to win kind of depending on your land, the civ you picked, your neighbors, those types of things. So we're going to be exploring as we go along here, but with Shaka specifically, there is a specific strategy I'm going to try and go for. Part of Shaka's abilities that make him super awesome is he gets these early cores and armies, and those early cores and armies do additional damage, which will make up a lot of the negative multiplier I'm getting for being on Deity. So kind of rushing towards these things is pretty important. We're going to need some culture to do that, so an early focus on culture might be in the cards to make sure we can get to the mercenary civic as soon as possible. He's got some early impy units, which are quite nice. Maybe we can use those early units to take some cities early on, but mainly here what I'm looking to do early on is get some of these Akondas down. The Akonda functions really well. It's going to give us some science, some gold. It's going to be a little quicker to build, but these encampments are going to give us great general points, and those great generals, assuming we can get one that covers each era, are going to kind of make up this combat strength difference for Deity. So I don't think there's really a chance, if we don't have any great generals that we can use to bump up our swordsmen or our impies or our archers or whatever our units we're using. So the early game plan here, a little bit of culture to make use of this ability, a little bit of Akonda putting down to make sure we can get those great generals, and just understand that if you're playing a different civ or you've got a different map or there's a million other things, your strategy might be different, but that's the strategy we're going for. Now, in a domination victory, there's 2 kind of overarching strategies you can go for. You can go for the snowball effect. That's what we're going to try and do this game. Sometimes it's just not possible, especially on Deity. As the game unravels, you should be able to adjust your strategy. And so the 2 kind of main strategies, the snowball strategy means you're just going domination the whole game. You're going to start, we're going to get some Akondas down, we're going to find the people next to us, we're going to kill them, then we're going to move on to the next people, and the whole game is spent kind of doing domination. The other kind of overarching strategy is to not focus on domination at all early on. Instead, you can focus on getting all your districts down, economizing, getting all your yields, and then you usually start domination sometime around flight, right? You get flight, you put an aerodrome down, you get some bombers, and all of a sudden you're just able to murder cities really quickly. That is a very valid strategy, right? Your goal is to win the game. It's not to win it a specific way. And so this way here, where you go to flight and then you just use bombers, it's really nice, because the whole game you're not getting all this war weariness, you're not having to fund a huge army, you're able to do all of the other things in the game that you want to do, build some wonders, get some districts. You're able to kind of do all those other things before the domination. That's a perfectly valid strategy. So getting to flight and then just bombing everyone is great. Maybe we'll have to resort to that strategy, right? If we're not able to do domination early on for whatever reason, this will be our strategy. And so it's just good to have that in the back of your mind. But just if you're going for a domination victory, your goal is to take the capital cities. That's your only goal, and it doesn't matter when or how you do it, as long as you accomplish that. And waiting until flight can be a really interesting way, and usually an easier way to do that. So like most games of Civilization, when we get started, we're actually not focused on domination really early on. We want to get ourselves a decent start here, and we've rolled a very decent one. The Germany one for the science victory was very good. This one is a little less good, but it's still in that decent category. We're getting a 2-2 start. We got some fresh water. We got the Ekeal nearby, which will give us some extra production towards districts and wonders in the adjacent tiles, which can be kind of fun. We got some 2-2 tiles we can buy out to, but nothing in our immediate radius. So this is just an okay start, but hey, an okay start is totally fine. I recommend re-rolling until you get something decent. There's no reason to torture yourself with a bad start, but I think this qualifies as decent. So we're going to settle our first city here. And then like all Civ games, our main focus early on is going to be scouting. We need information. We got to see the map. We got to find city states. We got to find goody huts. We got to kill barbarians. If our plan plan is to come and get Akondas early on. We got to kill 3 barbarians to boost that. So that's something we're going to look at doing. So just things we got to keep in mind. Finding, killing barbs, and then finding all the goody huts and city-states and all of that stuff is important. I do want to go mining into Akondas here. What I first want to do, though, is go into animal husbandry. I really want to know where the horses are on the map because those are really good early tiles to work. Also, I do want the ability to head into archery at any point in case someone is really close by and wants to come and murder us early on instead of us murdering them. And then ideally we'll go animal husbandry, mining, bronze working, but we'll just see how it plays out. I just want the option of archers early on, so we'll play it a little safer. And then we're gonna grab a scout right away. There's also nothing really for me to mine. We have a few chops here, but there's nothing for me to chop really if I get mining yet, so I think we're good to go for animal husbandry. We've also discovered hermetic order early on, which we're not going hermetic order, but it has given us a governor title, so we need to decide what we're gonna do with that. We have decided to go Pingala first. We really need this extra culture boost. 1 culture per turn for each citizen. We need to get to mercenaries as soon as possible, preferably before we take any cities. That's not always possible, but if we use mercenaries and we have it unlocked, getting those cores is going to be much easier. Once we have the core units, we're going to cruise through the game, which is going to be great. So Pingala on turn 1 feels pretty good. We're going to chuck that into the city there, and we're going to start scouting. We're going to be able to scout first so we can see more of the map, but getting a city-state here, it'll be Yerevan. We've met Owls of Minerva. Owls of Minerva maybe will be our pick. I'm hoping for vampires, for vampire castles, and just vampires are more fun for domination. We are getting that +1 faith, which is awesome. This is why scouting is important. Getting these bonuses can be a make or break thing for your game. We are going to get an early Pantheon selection because of that, so that's awesome for us. What is the quest here? You want to check on your quests early on. Construct an Akonda! Dude, Yerevan, you have no idea how many times I'm going to complete that quest. So we're going to get a free envoy here, so it's just good to know we are going to get this second envoy here for free later on. So it means we can get a Suz of Yerevan pretty early. Also, Yerevan is super good city-state to take out if it's in the way. So if we look at Yerevan's ability here, your apostolic units choose from any possible promotion. Who cares? We're not building a religion. A lot of times in a game, if you can't take out the other civs because they're too far ahead of you, you probably can take out some of the city-states to acquire some cities that way. So Yerevan looks like it might be target numero uno here. We are first meet on Zanzibar, which is great. So we're gonna get that +2 gold. This is a very good bonus though. Receive the cinnamon and cloves luxury resources. We're not gonna have a lot of amenities this game, and war weariness will be a problem. So having this extra amenities is very nice. We do want to sue Zanzibar as soon as we can. And sending a trade route is the ability there, so it's not terribly difficult. I'm pretty happy about that. I should also mention it now before we get too far into the game. This is just a normal Pangaea map. Small Pangaea map. We are playing with secret societies and monopolies and corporations. Otherwise, everything is normal. Everything is standard. All the civs are random. I haven't changed anything. It's just a normal, small Pangaea map on Deity. There it is. And that's all we're playing with. I do want to move in different directions. I want to scout out the map as much as possible. So we'll head in this direction. I want to see what's on the other side of this E-keel here. And I don't want to move my warrior too far away from the capital city, just because if there are barbs nearby, A, I want to kill them. B, I want to clear the encampments for the vampires, ideally. A monument early on is super crucial. I think we are going to take 10 turns for that monument. Once we can buy out to one of these 2/2 tiles, we should. That's 50 gold. So in 2 turns, I'm going to buy one of these tiles to work, and that'll speed this whole process up a little bit. Looks like we have some coast here, which is decent for us. It'll give us a good base to work from, right? If we even though there's coast here, no one's going to come and barnstorm us from this side. So it looks like we are going to get to use 5 of the 6 E-keel tiles, which is at least a good use of the E-keel. Interesting. Flatland up here isn't ideal, but this looks like it'll be a good city, at least one. Flatland up here, though, means potential for a lot of horses, which is interesting. Yeah, no horses in this area. I reckon the horses must be up here. This is why it's important to go for the horses. If these are horse tiles, this is a great second city. If they're not, it's kind of eh. So we have our first goodie hut here. We're ideally, I think, looking for another scout. If it's possible, another scout would be nice. Void Singers would be nice as an option, just in case we don't find vampires. I think Void Singers is a great extra thing to get. It just encourages monument building. It gives us some more faith, which we can use for Grandmaster's Chapel later. It's not the best. I want vampires, but it's better than Owls of Minerva, or not Owls of Minerva, Hermetic Order. I mean, the good news is we can buy a 2/2 tile now, which would cool. I'm actually gonna buy both 2/2 tiles. Yeah, I'm gonna buy both 2/2 tiles. We have 3 2/2 tiles to work, but that was not the goody hut that I wanted. Out of all the possible goody huts, that was not the one I was hoping for. Candy is down here, and we are not the first meet for Candy. So someone does live down here. That's cool. A lot of flatland near where someone else lives is nice, easy to attack. Now that we know someone is down here, maybe getting suzerain of Candy to kind of eat up some of this space might be an idea. Animal husbandry, yeah, that's what I thought. Lots of horses up here. So this becomes a much better city now. I think what you do is you settle that city probably right here, so you can make use of these e-keel tiles and get these horses in that city, and then that just becomes a really good second city. So let's start tacking some of this stuff out. Whenever you guys are planning your cities, you don't need to marry your plans. You don't need to get super attached to them, but it is good to have plans. I think this is starting to look like a good government plaza, although I think we did want terracotta army here. Statue of Zeus was brought up. I think Statue of Zeus might be a good wonder to go for. The archer, spearmen, and battering rams are great. Production towards anti-cav units is very helpful because our impies are a anti-cav unit. Flatland adjacent to an encampment with barracks, that's great. Unlocked at military training. That's not too far past where we're going. That's not too early or too late. And we are going to boost that, so we can come up here pretty quickly. All right, so let's assume what we want here is a Statue of Zeus. Now, the E-Keel is going to give us a little bit of extra wiggle room to build the Statue of Zeus because it will take 50% of the production cost for us, which is awesome. So that's the Statue of Zeus there. We could also get the terracotta army here and try for both wonders. We're building these wonders at 50%, which is great. Let's just chuck the terracotta army down. That could be an option. Another option might be, instead of that, maybe throw the terracotta army. No, because what we'd want to do is get a really good theater square in. If we can get 2 + 4 theater squares out of this, you can get 1 + 4 theater square, or 1 right here. No, we can get 2. Nope, just 1. Now, the problem is if I put the Akonda here, we also need 2 Akondas, and we know that someone is down here because they first met Candy, so it leads me to believe we're going to want some Akondas kind of down in this direction and not way up here. If we put our Akonda here, now we already build the Akonda really quickly. Cannot be adjacent to the city center. That kind of sucks. This Akonda is going right here. That means this terracotta can go right here. Then we got this theater square right here. That's not terrible. A +5 theater square right there. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. Trying to fit a campus in is the hard part. There's just no good campus adjacency, is there? And you can't really create good campus adjacency. There's not really a load of ways to do that other than a government plaza. So you have it with the rainforest, but we're going to want to chop that. You can put it down, but I'd rather chop that because I can't do anything with this rainforest for a while. But we will have these chops here as well. This is our plan so far. I'm really not married to this plan. I'm really not a fan of it just because I don't have any science gains yet. But let's take a look at the map. We have some mountains here. Maybe we can make up science another way. For now, though, what we do have is 2 early Akondas, which we really want. 2 decent theater squares, like we mentioned. We really want those as well to get to the cores early on. We're going to have both wonders here that we're looking for. Terracotta Army and Statue of Zeus, both of which will really help our domination game. And then we have a decent commercial hub here for some trade routes, some gold. We're going to need to fund this army, so having a good commercial hub is important. The 2 things still kind of in my brain I'm trying to figure out are a government plaza and a campus. Obviously, a government plaza here starts to look pretty good, especially if we settle another city up top. So we'll just play it by ear and see what we can come up with. But this is where we're starting. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm not against this either. It also makes the most out of the E-Keel for now. We have animal husbandry. We've discovered the horses. Next up is definitely mining, and then hopefully into bronze working with the boost, although we haven't found any barbs yet. Now that we know we don't have any good campuses to throw down, I'm not really focused on heading into writing. We will meet this person down here eventually. I'm more focused on looking for goody huts in the eras. Oh, yeah. Bro. All right, we're gonna come up here with the warrior and start taking out these barbs if that's at all possible. 78 gold. I think it's worth buying this extra 2/2 tile just to work it, and then we can at least have that tile to work. So we'll have, I guess we need the population to work it, but then we'll have 1, 2, and a worked horse tile. That's great. That's fine. Taruga, what's up? So we're not a first meet for Taruga either, and so someone lives up here. So we have someone down here and someone up here. So this is kind of our land to work with. It makes me think we should take out Yerevan. We have 1 good city up here, probably another decent city up here with a good harbor. I'm gonna chuck God King in really quick just to get to our Pantheon as soon as possible. We will hit discipline as we are going to kill barbs, and that should work out for us. Improving 3 tiles will definitely happen. Discovering a second continent will definitely happen as well. So I think getting this early trader will be nice just to have that option. And there's the second continent. Awesome stuff. So we're on Colombia, and then there's Terra Australis over here. So we've got the monument now. That's going to start ticking up more culture. That's exactly what we want. I think one more scout might be useful on this map. I also think a slinger to boost archery might be useful. Let's grab a slinger and head up to these barbs and see what we can do. I'm not a huge fan of getting this settler before we hit 3 population, I don't think. We'll build it quicker with the other 2-2 tile to work as well. Ooh, it's Cleo. Yo. All right, so I'm not worried about being friends with any of these people, I don't think. So I don't think I'm going to pay for delegations. We have found writing, though. So a couple of good first meets, not as many goody huts as we were hoping. I definitely want to get halfway through bronze working, even if we can't get this boost. Oh, and we boosted military tradition. Good stuff. So we boosted military tradition without actually building the encampment, which is helpful. Or without clearing up barbarian outposts, sorry. So that's helpful early on. +2 great general points would be really nice. That is where we're going to go right away early on, is to try and get that early great general if we can. So I'm satisfied with that. I am happy. Both of these guys are going to go and head out up here. I think because of all these strategic resources nearby, and we're just seeing the horses right now. We haven't even got the iron, the coal, all of the other things. I think it's going to make sense to grab the strategic resources pantheon. The other option would be plantations, because they'll give us culture, and the strategic resources one's going to give us production and faith. But I think overall, pastures might be nice too, actually. But I think overall, just with the amount of strategic resources I'm seeing on this map, that's not a terrible choice, and I think we can make the most of that. So let's go here. We're going to get 1 production and 1 faith from improved strategic resources. We will grab a builder early on to at least improve these horses, which is nice. I think now's the time for the settler. We need this second city to be up and running shortly, especially by the time we get bronze working. We're gonna need some gold for a builder. We're gonna need some for a trader. I think trading with Zanzibar is gonna be huge for us, so we can get that second envoy there. If we can seize Yerevan and Zanzibar, that would be a great start for us in terms of the amount of the map we are kind of taking up. We can get rid of God King now. We have our Pantheon. I think getting production is great. We are about to kill some barbs though, so we will keep discipline in. Ooh, Vilnius, this is a city-state conglomerate over here. What's your quest? Construct a campus. That one we're probably not going to do before somebody else, so that's okay. Oracle would be great so we can get more great general points. I don't have a good Oracle tile though. We could clear this and make it an Oracle. Our strategy requires great generals. It is not an optional thing. I'm curious. I'm going to pin it. It makes this theater square really good. What I'm not going to do, though, is actually go into mysticism quite yet, although I do really want this envoy here. I'm going to go halfway through craftsmanship first, or we can grab early empire, or halfway through that. No, let's go down here. Let's get this envoy. We can just boost that while we're waiting. All right, so I'm going to use this slinger to get some experience on this galley for sure. Our strategy for units in a domination game, and this might change for all of your domination games, depending on who you're playing and what your strategy is, but my strategy is to have a small army of highly promoted units. So early on, getting some promotions on these units is very, very valuable for us. Not because we need them to kill these barbs or anything, but because they don't lose the promotions, right? I'd rather have 2 or 3 really good high promoted units than 5 or 6 low promoted units a lot of the time. And so I think getting these promotions is valuable. All right, so this encampment is still grabbing galleys. I do have a promotion here, but what I really want to do is I want to grab this boost for archery. So I'll promote next turn, even though that's not perfectly efficient. I don't want to give him the chance to spawn another unit that can kill us like a quadreme. So I will make the choice to not promote this turn and just get the archery boost. There it is. And then we'll clear the encampment. There's the gold. There's the arrow score. And vampires. And vampires. All right, so we are going to, now we have a choice to make here. We can get the garrison promotion. Now the garrison promotion is very, very defensive, but it does lead to incendiaries, which is very good. Range strength versus district defenses can be very good for helping us break down encampments later on. Right, I think garrison, incendiary, suppression, expert marksman's a very good path to take. Zone of control is critical. Now arrow storm is nice though, and volley is nice because we get them versus units. I think for this game we're playing, we're gonna want units that are aggressive and can take out other units, and I'm not as concerned about being super defensive, so we'll go volley. But I acknowledge that either of those choices is probably good. And Mitla, oh my, are all the city-states? This is just a regular Pangaea map, so I have no idea what's going on. 2 science city-states is great, though. There's nowhere else really at the moment for our units to be. I think with this terrain here, you know, this is hard. It's hard to take out Egypt from here. I think we should focus on whoever's down here. Now, what I can do is I can either buy a builder to come and work these horses, or I can buy a trader. Now, I think that getting Zanzibar is very critical to what we're trying to do. I think getting the unique bonus is very critical. I also also think getting the vision in this area and having units that can kind of help us move in this direction, or at least act as a block. Candy already has a Mani in it, so someone is putting a Mani in here, so we're not going to be able to seize that. We also are heading towards our Akanda pretty quick, right? And so it's a tough choice. I think the trader might be worth it. The trader also helps us buy this builder back more quickly. I'm gonna make that choice. It might not be the best choice. The builder might be better in hindsight, but hey, grow your empire to at least 6. Hopefully we can do that. Let's go halfway through here. I really want to be able to kill 3 barbs. I'm not confident I'm gonna be able to do that, but we can try. Oracle already buildable, hey? I don't think we can rush the Oracle like that. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think there's any good preserve option. Nope. I think in that case, you just grab the 5-turn builder, to be honest. I think the builder is so valuable to grab these horses. And you can get this pasture up here too. Horse, pasture, horse. We also have these chops. We can chop. We need to chop this for the Akanda as well. Yeah, there it is. Zanzibar. I mean, Taruga would give us 1 science, which is nice. But Zanzibar giving us that envoy, I think, is very helpful. The only advantage to Candy would be this road here. It's hard to give up that road. I think it's pretty crucial to what we're doing to sue Zanzibar. So let's take that envoy we had stored up. Let's get suzerainty of Zanzibar and let's see what's around there. So Mansa Musa is down here. That's an easier target than Egypt, I think. So maybe come down that way. 9 science, 13. All right, he's a little bit ahead, but not overbearingly. Oh, there he is. I do not want to be friends with you at all. We are going to murder you. Good sir. No coastal anything is kind of lame. I guess we weren't really focused on a harbor anyway, but still that feels at least a little bit bad. So that's going to be 3 population here shortly. I do want to get to 6. What are our chances of getting 3 barbs? I think our chances of killing 3 barbarians is pretty low. I think we should hard tech this. I'm going to make the choice to hard tech it. We just need to get through Akandas. It sucks that we can't boost it though. I don't see enough barbs in any place nearby to lead me to believe I'm going to be able to kill 3 barbarians. Yo, love killing Vicky. All right, these are some fun people to kill. Now Vicky is different though, because I do kind of like to be friends with her. Right, we'll send her a delegation. The reason why is she's far enough away that we're not going to be fighting for a while, and if she could join a war, maybe that would be fun. Right, we want people who will join wars with us, and if we go after Mansa Musa, if she can kind of cut down in this direction, that would be sick. Ideally, you would only make about 3 cities. The problem is Mansa Musa's cities are probably going to be useless to us. So we might have to build a little bit more of an empire for ourselves. We do have some good campus stuff right over here. I mean, that's not super ideal. What would be good about this, though, is getting an Akanda on this side, right? Getting an Akanda somewhere over on this side of these mountain ranges would be helpful. And the Akandas do give us a little bit of science, right? I don't hate that. It's not really great, but I don't hate it. I don't love it. I certainly don't love it. I think another settle up here is probably prudent. We got to work this horse. I think this is a good harbor. At least have the ability for naval stuff if we really want it. It's probably best to settle next to the harbor then. That's the only tile option, to settle next to the harbor. So I think that's that, and we just make the most of whatever's left. I'm not crazy about any of that. Great Bath is gone, and we don't have dams for a while, so anything we settle down here is just immediately going to flood. But that does bring up some good options for just decent flooded tiles. If we don't build anything critical down here, just one Akanda on like the non-floodplain tile, that might be interesting. Let's settle here. It's a good city. We want these Akandas down immediately, so let's do that. There it is. The inspirational site of Ekiel. I mean, it's fun that we had sight of it the whole time, but this is 3 away. So we are going to hit an early... I don't really want to hit an early golden age, but it is what it is if we do grab it. The monument's pretty critical. This builder is pretty critical. We're gonna have to chop this and work these 2 horses. I do really want this monument, but I also really need this builder, and we're not gonna be able to afford another builder. Ilka might actually be an interesting pickup, to be honest. Let's go for the monument then and see if we can build builders on the cheap. All right, so we have this builder now. I'm gonna go. We do need to chop out this Akanda. First though, let's run down and grab these horses. So I just grab another builder for up here and then don't even worry about it. I think so. I think these tiles are so good for us. I think we get double builders here. All right, so we're gonna get the 2 horses per turn, which is nice. We can sell those to Vicky or someone who's not gonna murder us, but the production and the faith is gonna be pretty sick. The extra production, the extra faith, the 3-3-1 tile starts to feel really good. We don't need this faith for anything yet. We will need it in general though, especially for Grandmaster's Chapel. So we're gonna do a lot of faith saving for the Grandmaster's Chapel. He has now seized Candy, which is totally fine. He's levied them too, so maybe levying, preparing to come to war with us. We'll just start thinking about that a little bit. You now have to immediately come to chop out for this Akanda here. It's gonna be 85 gold, so by the time we get up here, we'll be able to buy that tile. That's fine. He might be coming for the attack though, so we're gonna bring our units back down. We're not sure if he's coming up with those levied units, or if he just has so much gold it doesn't matter. Agog is interesting. We need the great generals before we need the units. We're also just not fighting barbs right now, so Agog is, I think, more compelling to me. Next up, we are gonna build an Akanda, so state workforce makes a lot of sense, especially if we do want to build the Oracle. That's gonna be important. I'm not so worried about settlers right now, though. Cleo is one of those civs that always gets great general points. It looks like nobody is earning great general points, though, so this is a good start for us. We are going to need that early great general. This builder is going to go... So you're going to have 2 left. Chop this and then grab one of the horses. If we do want to put the oracle here, we should chop this out. So we're going to buy this tile now. We want to make sure it's in the city. You guys can, if you're not familiar, you guys can swap tiles between cities as long as you own both the cities. So I can swap this tile into this city. I can swap it back over here. I want to make sure we're chopping it in the city we want. Let's say you wanted to build the Akanda in this city, but you wanted the chop to go to this city. That's where swapping tiles is very helpful. I think on the whole, I'm just going to chop out the spearman. This spearman's going to do a little scouting. Now we're going to grab this Akanda and get that done. It's going to give us a little housing, going to give us great general points, more crucially. So give us 30 food. That's not terrible. And if we're going to make the oracle play, that's important. So let's do that. You're going to come and grab these horses. I think I might have made a small error. Sergeant Brink in Twitch, shout to Sergeant Brink in Twitch, made a comment. It would have been cheaper, I think, to purchase it. Yeah, totally. It would have been cheaper to purchase it in this city and swap it over here by 30 gold. Now, I do want these horses. Again, this is where the builders come in. I want these horses. I also really want this Akanda down as soon as practical, right? I'm going to bring this builder down here to chop this out. I want these horses as well. There's a lot we want, and we only have so many builders, but the great general points are critical. So 60 gold here, also 60 gold here. I'm going to use my 60 gold here, I think. We are not building horse units. Do you like horses? Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. The Akanda's down. That's going to give us 4 era score, which is great. Crucially, it's going to start ticking down the great general points, which is awesome for us. I think I'm pretty much ready for another settler, but I'm going to wait to get the card in before we do that, so we're not wasting our production. So until that's done, the barracks is going to be huge for us. We want the gold. We want the science. We want the extra experience. We want all of it, and the extra great general point is great as well, so we'll just head straight for that. We actually need to suss out iron, because we don't have an iron mine nearby. Let's at least grab pottery. Oh, we got to get it before Yerevan gets it. There's some over in the middle. Rough. So it's either down by where Mansa Musa is. I mean, this city can at least grab it, but we would have to have the gold to buy out to it. Now, if we could suzerain Yerevan and just collect it, that would be ideal. We are in the classical era. Now, if you're not going to get a golden age or a standard age in any era, this is the best one because no one's usually close enough to you to make the loyalty work in your favor, and you don't usually have the population to make it work in yours, and so free inquiry here is probably fine. This governor title, we're just going to go straight for connoisseur. I do want this extra culture. It's not like we have a huge amount of population here, but I do think it's good. We will have 6 now, so we should have boosted early empire, so we'll head there for another governor title, and then straight into a government, and then up to military tradition. This government is so important. Very important, critically important. The only issue so far is we have yet to find a way into actually killing Mansa Musa, and it looks like this is ocean here, so it looks like we'd all have to come around this little choke point, which leads me to believe actually settling a city down here would be helpful. And you might just settle it on this stupid desert tile. I mean, you have all these flood tiles to work, which kind of sucks. This is not a good city, but not every city can be a good city. I don't even know if we could settle that, though. Yeah, that's a lot of negative loyalty, hey? Oh, boy. This is where, like, if he just built a city here, that would be so much better. All right, I am into this play, though, to buy this tile and then chop this out. Chopping out the monument is fine. And then getting the Akanda down right away. We're starting to tick down the great general points. As long as we're always ahead in those, that would be ideal. Mohenjo is huge. I don't think we're going to be able to seize Mohenjo. That would be huge, though, if we could. Train a spearman. We are going to get that envoy. Oh, we didn't do it. Oh, man, we already did it. Oh, that kind of sucks. Bro, dude, that's so rough. This is where, like, as much as you want to do an early kind of snowball, I think we have to take out Candy. So I think the play here isn't to settle this city. I think it's to take out Candy. I think this is priority numero uno. You take out Candy, you get a good city with good yields. It's not useless. You get a good road, and you don't have to worry about the suzerainship here. All right, so our new priority is just murder Candy. The barracks are pretty critical. After the barracks go in, we can build a settler here, some units here, and then go kill Candy. We're gonna get another chance to change our policy cards in 4 turns, so I won't put the settler card in quite yet. Land surveyors is interesting. I'm not too worried about the gold at this moment, though, and I think a Gog is still worth keeping in just for no particular reason at the moment. Researcher would also be nice. I do want to join a secret society sooner rather than later, but it is what it is. I don't have many options right now, so we're gonna go researcher. Grants is also nice to get more great general points, but I think we're gonna be okay for that. We're still the only people building them or acquiring them. Yeah, I don't think we build the Oracle this game. I'm starting to tune out of this idea. We have so many other things we need to do. Wouldn't mind heading straight to impies, to be completely honest. Writing, currency, mathematics. I mean, that's not a terrible route to take. We'll We'll start with writing then. My only problem is then this theater square kind of sucks, but that's okay. I just don't think it's worth all the production. It would be a lot of work to go and grab that. There we go. Now we're getting some much better tiles here to work. That's fantastic. We only have 2 population. I still want to grab this tile though. 100 gold, hey? I mean, yeah, let's just rush impies. We already boosted currency. Build 3 different districts. Yeah, it might happen. We will need irrigation actually to grab the luxuries. Let's go back for irrigation quick and then to currency. I think maybe, you know what, you might be more useful just grabbing the olives so we have the luxury resource. Ooh, Pericles. Pericles is going to be hard to kill because by the time we get to him, he's going to have a huge amount. Yeah, he's already at 39 and 20. Jeez. So now we have the government plaza option. I am keen on building the government plaza. What I really want though is another settler. I think this city's got to go down. This city's got to go down. Now, do we build? No, I think we take candy for this city. I think one more city's fine. I think it's this one right here. Then we'll have all of our cities done, and the rest we can just take, ideally. Good deal. We just need to acquire gold, so that's a good deal. If someone could be happy with us, that would be great as well. But now we have a government. This is going to be a very interesting choice for us. Let's go and change governments here. Autocracy is interesting. Oligarchy is interesting. And a classical republic is interesting. So on one hand, housing amenities, very important. Great person points, very important. Decent card distribution. On the other hand, with oligarchy, getting extra melee class units, anti-cav and naval melee gain 4 combat strength. That's the whole deity boost. Just reverted for melee anti-cav, which the impies that we're rushing are, and naval melee class units. And production awards wonders will be important, but we're already getting a pretty big boost from Ekiel. Yields are important too, but I think on the whole oligarchy is fine. The only issue is with oligarchy is it's very rarely 2 of these red cards you're really gonna want, and then we have to use our purple slot for charismatic leader. But I think on the whole we never get to go oligarchy. I think if I'm doing a stereotypical domination game, I think oligarchy is a good pick. So we will grab that. I think for now, just unit maintenance. Maritime industries is interesting, but I think for now, unit maintenance is fine. We're gonna put the settler card in, and then we're gonna grab charismatic leader so we don't fall behind on envoys. The unit experience is also really nice. I think oligarchy is just really, really nice. I just wanted to highlight, just because there's one really good option doesn't mean the other options are terrible, right? Like if you pick oligarchy, that's a great option, but there are benefits to picking the other ones as well. So it's just about trying to play to the strengths that you pick. Once we've picked oligarchy, now we have to play to those strengths. That's all I was trying to get across. Upgrading this to an archer is probably smart, especially before we take on candy, but it's not strictly necessary this moment. So to take out candy, we are going to need a battering ram as well. All right, so building a quarry. That's not going to happen. I'm going to go into currency first and then into masonry. We are going to need a battering ram to take out candy. We'll try and time it with the impies, so we have a battering ram once the impies are down. Okay, we have a plan now. We are going to take candy out. That's our plan. That's good. That's a good start. Military training for Statue of Zeus, very, very good. I think that's where we'll head next. I think grabbing the Statue of Zeus early will give us a lot of units. The 3 archers, 3 spearmen, and a battering ram. That one will be free, then we don't even need to build it. But also we'll get 50% production towards anti-cav units, of which we will be building many, and I think that's a great, great start for us if we can sneak that in. Currently grab a little bit of some amenities here. This city will go down, and that'll be the iron. I'm going to buy out straight to the iron, unfortunately. Oh, we want these theater squares too. We're going to get the Statue of Zeus first, then the theater squares. So until then, what are our logical options? I think building some spearmen to promote into impies might be smart. Although if we know we're just going to build the impies after we get Statue of Zeus, maybe that's not a smart way to go about it. Maybe that's pretty inefficient. We know we're going to want some builders, right? We have this tile to work. We have the incense to work. We have these horses to work. We're going to want to work the iron. I think builders are a fair way to go about this. Encampment training, also a fair way to go about this. I'm tempted to build a city down here now that these tiles are getting better with the floods. Tempted to build this government plaza too. The problem is it's just not a very good government plaza. What do we even do on this side then? I mean, this is just all flood, right? And that really sucks to just have things flooding all the time. We could just reverse this though. That's a cheeky way to get a +3 campus in the city. 3 districts isn't the worst. It's not the best use of a government plaza, but it's not the worst. I think we do that. We're just going to build a bunch of units when we're ready to take out candy. So we'll time that with the impies for sure. If I can get this campus done, I'd be happy with that. He's at 17 science. I don't want to fall too far behind. It's nice that at least he's beside us and he's not going to have some super high-tech stuff that we don't. And there's Matthias. Yo! So we've met all the leaders now. We've got that era score. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves. We're not going to worry about these guys. We're going to kill them later. Monsamus is definitely going to be our first kill, but we got to take out candy first. And we're just going to time that with the impy rush. We're going to get to impies. Hopefully by the time we get to impies, we will have had the Statue of Zeus down. We will have built the government plaza and the campus, and that'll be enough for us to boost the tech for the impies, and I think that'll be great. There we go. We're not going to build this commercial up as early as I thought. I still think it's worth doing. We're not going to build a quarry, but we do. If we just get a free battering ram, do we need masonry? No. No. We're going straight for the MP rush. Mathematics, kill a unit with a spearman. This one's tougher. Hopefully we can boost this in time. I'm hopeful. So it'll be Statue of Zeus, get all those units, build some MPs, get Terracotta Army, everyone gets promoted. With a battering ram, we just go rush Candy. All right, so if we're building Statue of Zeus, we don't actually need to build our units. That would actually be pretty inefficient to be building our units, right? So I think getting a granary here is the next best step. If our play is for Statue of Zeus, it's going to give us all the units we're going to need. So let's not build them. All right, so this builder, what do we want to accomplish with this? We do want to pick up this incense. We do want to pick up this iron. And I think we do want to pick up the cattle here. We also, we can get an industry because Zanzibar also has olives. Let's grab the industry. And then we're going to need to chop these 2 tiles. So that's our 3 builds. While we're waiting, though, I think a granary is still the play. Nodwengu going down. Now we got to use all of our gold. Very unfortunately. Just buy out to that iron to make sure we get it. And I think then what we do is we buy a builder here to go and grab that. Do I want to just chuck the Akonda down right away? No, let's chuck the campus down right away. Get the campus going. I think we have enough great general points. And I don't need to build units up here for a while. Oh yeah, Greece is now started, but we're at 4 great general points, so we're gonna get the first one. All right, so now we have our options here. We want to keep the suzerainty of Zanzibar. Zanzibar's ability giving us all of these amenities is going to keep us from all of the war weariness problems we're going to have. We know we don't want to seize Kandy, although no one is in Kandy right now because we were gonna take over that city-state, so that's out of the question. Mohenjo-Daro completely changes the way we can play the game, but we're not gonna be settling very many of our own cities, so that kind of takes that off the map, although I still think it's a really good pick. I think Taruga or Mitla are kind of the next best things, knowing we're not going to have too many good campuses, so the ones we build need to be good, and I think getting these bonuses for campuses is great. City growth rate is 50% higher in cities with a campus. Isn't the best, but it's what we can get. 5% science in all cities for each different strategic resource, also very good, but that's going to be the harder one to sue, so I think Mitla? We're going into Mitla. We're not building a settler anymore, so that can come out. I am interested in production towards naval units to get a boat on the water. Now, it's only 1 gold per turn. Yeah, let's put that in just in case we want to build that after the granary. Production in all cities still feels pretty good. Good stuff. I think we grab this builder. I don't really want to be buying builders, but it looks like the units are going to be covered. And so I think grabbing a builder doesn't suck as bad as it normally does. We're up to, oh yes, we have a friend. Hello, friend. I will send you a delegation. 50 gold in 1 go. That's actually fine because that allows me to buy the builder. Just kidding, it does not. We're close. I would like to sell you horses. Yeah, there we go. Now can I buy it? Oh, just 4 gold to spare. Let's go get that iron. The iron is going to boost ironworking. Awesome. And it gives us another thing we can sell. 30% production towards civilian units in the host city. Builders be rolling, baby. We're gonna get those builders out. Oh, what a tile. I love this game mode so much because it doesn't break the game, but it gives you so many unique ways to kind of add to your empire. We got to chop these out. Let's start with the government plaza because that's the only reason the campus would even be any good. Yeah, you know, before you go up there, just collect these. Mansa Musa is going to try and take Zanzibar from us, so we do need some more envoys pretty quickly. We're going to chop this out. That's no problem. Cool. We have the granary done. Government plaza is going to go in. Good stuff. And that government plaza plus this campus should be 3 different districts to boost mathematics. Now we really need to get to mercenaries. Oh, it's way up here. We're getting close. Be the target of a declaration of war. Oh boy. I mean, that would be nice. Build 6 farms, have 8 land combat units. So we are going to boost mercenaries. We want mercenaries before we take Kandy City Center because the unit we take it with just becomes a core unit and then we can kind of spam it down here, which would be super ideal. All right, we got our great general, the first one of the game. This one here is going to give us extra combat strength to classical and medieval era units, which is awesome for us. So this great general is going to pump up our MPs even more, which is huge. That'll be great when we go up against Kandy here. Warlord's Throne is nice. I don't want Warlord's Throne right now. I actually would like this campus, but I can't build another district. Big sad. Okay, that's all good. This campus is going down. Awards a governor title. Capturing an enemy city grants bonus production. Yeah, we're going after a city-state first, though, so that's not hugely helpful. I think another builder might be the most helpful then. Grab the cattle. We can at least get some farms down over here. Yeah, you know what? Let's just build up all our tiles. No reason not to. Grants would be very, very nice. What I think I'm going to do, though, is I think I'm actually going to go Amani. And I'm going to put Amani in Zanzibar. We already lost Zanzibar here, and I want to make sure we keep Zanzibar. It's super crucial for our development here. With this builder now, though, I think we'll just grab this cattle. I don't think I need another settler though. Do I need this city right now? I want to focus on taking Candy first, and then we can just take Mansa Musa cities ideally. All right, Statue of Zeus kind of finished up. Awesome stuff. 24 turns. That'll be less with the E-Keel here. So after this builder is done, let's head and do that. Killing a unit with a spearman though. Barbs just spawn here. That's massive. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Sign me up. I don't think I need a builder here, although there's not much else to build. Encampment training is interesting. The gold every turn while we're doing it is great. Honestly, a boat would be great. We just don't have boats unlocked yet. I'm gonna go into sailing real fast just to grab the boats. Let's go. Yeah, I guess 2 turns into a builder is fine. Zanzibar is gonna be getting 2 once we get Amani in there. But in the meantime, I do want the suzerain of that. What we're trying to do is pick a strategy and execute it. As you can see, it's turn 70 and we're still working on that, so it's a work in progress, right? But we've picked a strategy. The Statue of Zeus is going to give us a bunch of units, so we don't need to build them. Once we have the Statue of Zeus, we're going to be able to build these good theater squares, which will give us the culture we need to get to mercenaries, which will give us core units. Like we're picking a strategy and kind of sticking with that strategy, and that strategy involves building wonders early on and not units, right? But sometimes it'll involve building more units early on. Part of being on Deity too is just being really comfortable being behind. I'm not trying to speed run this game. I'm not trying to win it in under 200 turns or whatever. I'm just trying to win the game and have like a strategy that I can give people to use. And so we'll just play it out. We'll see what happens. So this is what we're doing right now. Getting these promotions is huge. Having promoted units that are going to be helped by a great general is massive for us. So let's do that. I definitely want battle cry here. We want these units to be able to go out and accomplish some things. And then we can start thinking about upgrading you to an archer now. We have the gold for it. Let's just do that. Add the production there. Statue of Zeus is going to take 14 turns, but we have this to chop out. Major victory, and that'll boost what we're looking for. 3 era score. Military tactics boost is awesome. That was one we weren't sure we were going to get, and that gives us the impies really quickly here. The chop will be worth more if we wait a couple of turns, but we do have 2 chops to get done here, so let's start with that one. Now down to 11 turns. And once we get 11 turns, we have to be ready to go. So now that we have this ready to go here, I think the next thing that makes sense is for us to get a road down through Zanzibar to Kumba Saleh wouldn't be terrible. Getting a road through here to Swanet is actually not a terrible plan, especially because we're going to put in the Konda on that road. So I'm going to do that instead. It's going to be a little less gold, but I think the food is very helpful as well. We could even send it from Nodwengu. We have lots of gold from other sources, and we can keep selling our strategic resources. We just don't need them. So I'm a little bit curious if it would make sense to send a trader up from Nodwengu here. Nah, let's go to Swanet. Let's get that road done. We're going to put this Akanda there, so I'm not too worried about it. Once the Statue of Zeus is done, though, we can do this war without impies. Like, going and taking Candy, we can do without the impies. Chopping this campus out and making that just a little bit quicker, it takes all our production, though, which I'm not a fan of. I'm just going to buy that, and so it gives us something to work. Maybe we can then chop. If we still have a production tile to work, maybe chopping makes sense. All right, we don't actually need to finish this builder. I'm more than happy to grab a galley. Do I need to finish the builder? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's finish it and grab these horses. I keep changing my mind. Let's finish it and grab these horses. All right, 44 horses again, so let's keep on selling them. Oh, he's still got all the horses. I would like some coffee, though. Do you want 10 iron? Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Cheers, mate. There's just nowhere else I can go for production until we get lumber mills here. I think getting farms over here is the next kind of best thing we could do, I suppose. That marble's going to be at least moderately helpful. I think now we can chop out this campus and feel not terrible about it. All right, doing for the next great general. Yeah, now everyone else is getting in on the action. We're still going to get the next one as well. The next one gives us Art of War. Is it the same era? Yeah, it's the same era, though, and that's not really great. I'd rather have one in a different era, but beggars can't be choosers. We want at least one great general to cover every era of units. That's what's important. Do I prioritize this chop, or do I prioritize this chop for the campus over the farms? 1 turn until this galley is done. That'll be more era score, but also will give us a way into Candy on this side. It'll give us a health pillage here too. So when we attack here, we'll be able to soak up a turn with a decent health. Ooh, and some units to kill is fun. I do want to head to mercenaries right away. I think, though, it'll be quicker if I grab drama and poetry and then head up that way, because then I'll have a +5 theater square, which is awesome. An early Diplo quarter would be really chill. And that going right here is great. We only have enough population for one other district, though, and I want it to be the theater square. All right, let's chop out the campus. Let's have that done. The library is really good. We need a granary, and then we'll grab the library. There's our first wonder. Statue of Zeus going to be critical for us, going to give us lots of units. Now we're going to go in and take Candy. While we wait for the impies, we're gonna go and take candy, or at least start killing the candy's units. Now we've boosted machinery for having 3 archers. We've boosted mercenaries. We've boosted drama and poetry. We've boosted buttresses. So all of these guys are gonna be impies. Another settler is interesting. I'm interested in this harbor city. I'm also interested in a city right down here. There's just no good districts is the issue. I mean, this city does get to piggyback off this a little bit, but a high population city right here to help with loyalty might be nice too, especially if we take candy here. Having like an adjacent, well, you could settle right here. Yeah, you could dam aqueduct in IZ. Is that helpful right now? Like, that's not stuff we can do this right now. If we build a settler right now, that's not stuff we can do. I say no to the settler for now, but not forever. I am still interested in it. I still just think there's so much we can build. Marshes we can chop, farms we can get down. I just think having all 3 of our cities working at their full capacity is the best choice right now, instead of building a new city that isn't useful for a while. All right, now it's time though. Do I wait for the MP? I don't think I do. I think we bring the archers in to start wreaking havoc, and then we'll bring the MPs down when they're done. You're gonna come here for the theater square chop. While we're waiting for that, just go a little bit into encampment training. I might buy this library. Yeah, it takes 1 turn off getting the impies. All of our units are, I think the archers probably aren't actually. The archers are in the ancient era, and this bad boy only covers classical and medieval. So this guy does not cover the warrior or the archers. He only covers the impies. So we do need the impies to make use of the great general. Not very helpful, but it's something. A go can come out. Conscription can go in for the plus 11 gold. Naval units, we can come out. I think doubling the amount of horses and iron so we can sell that is helpful. Our secret society choices are still trash, unfortunately. Just gonna go grants for whatever great person points we can get. 1 turn till impies. I'm not gonna have enough gold for a lot of impies though. All right. That might be another MP. That's good. Oh, if we can take away his gold, that'd be sick. Right, we don't want him to have gold. We're about to go kill him eventually. All right, he has no horses, so like 5 isn't a huge deal. Cool, that's a start. That's a couple of MPs at least. Next thing after MPs, we want to head to crossbows. All already boosted, so no worries there. Mercenaries, very important. Build 6 farms. Let's do that. We're getting another builder here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can build 6 farms. Another great general gives us the art of war. It covers the same era, so we only need 1 of these bad boys. Grants 1 promotion level. I'm gonna take the art of war.
Victorious warrior.
Absolutely. I think we just declare war on candy and just start going. Impies are coming next turn. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Turn like 85, but we're going to war. Will we be successful? Who knows? The answer is possibly. I don't mind if the archers get hurt at all. We do want to chop this out. We do not want to chop this into the encampment training, though. That encampment training is very unimportant. We want to chop this into the void, so that way we can just put this theater square down. In decent haste, please. Easy peasy, baby. MPs are in. 130. Yo. Only 130. We're going to have 3 MPs. How are we doing in Zanzibar? Fine. Still comfortable. I think Mitla still. Not perfectly ideal, but not terrible either. You're gonna be an MP. Cool. Oh, there's no more space to upgrade. All right, we'll move those 2 out of the way next turn. This archer's coming up though. Yeah, they've got the swordsman in there. I'm gonna pillage this for health shortly. I kind of just want to hang out here and see what they got going. The swordsman in there is gonna be very annoying. I do want to build the diplo quarter here. Let's chop out this theater square though. I do definitely want to build all of these farms, because that'll help with feudalism. You are now an MP. I need 10 gold. Whoa, guess who has 10 gold? Thank you, sir. You will be an MP next turn. Now you guys switch places. Bro, decisive. 62 strength on the MP. It's a much needed experience on these archers. You're just a scouty boy. 62 strength on an MP. Battering ram's got to come with us. Now it's probably time for Warlord's Throne, although I am pretty committed to this theater square here. Or actually, you know what? This theater square is going to be enough. Let's build this campus. I think this 1 theater square will be enough to get us to mercenaries by the time we take the city center. Crossbow down and a promotion. Here we go. Yo. Strat is working, ladies and gentlemen. Bro, look at this major victory against the swordsman. And we'll take some pot shots at it. We'll move you up, Mr. MP. We will get the promotion here. Arrow Storm. You are now an MP. There we go. We're coming in hot. 7 experience feels so good. This amphitheater is pretty clutch. I don't know how necessary it is right now, but it's the best thing. Oh, I kind of just want to build a bunch of impies, to be honest. Grab a monument here. Building a watermill would be a smart play too to boost construction. We still haven't gone into masonry yet. Let's get that really fast. Let's get the watermill. I know it's not helpful, but if we can boost construction, we can. If we can't, we can't. I don't think that city requires anything. Cool. So we want this great general to be maximized on what it can do here. So let's Try and take him out. Good. I do want you to become a swordsman eventually. Now we can move the Great General over so this impy gets it. There we go. So now we want the walls to attack the boats that are useless and not the impies that are useful. So we're going to bring both galleys in here. And hopefully we can get a gold pillage off. We might not be able to, but either way, it's fine. I would like a swordsman. I would definitely like crossbows, though. It's 5. These 6 right here. They're not the best farms ever, but they're fine. Oh, perfect. The promotion on the MP is even better. Now we're getting into this golden age. We need to try and take out Mansa Musa in this golden age because we get extra... There it is, feudalism boost. We get extra... Oh, he's in a dark age too. We need to try and take him out in this age because we get extra loyalty bonuses, so it might actually be possible. I don't really have enough to make Monumentality worth it. I actually think Penbrush and Voice is the best one. We'll take that. Yeah, melee class units for sure, just based on where we are on the map. So they did hit the Impy though, so we are gonna get this free gold pillage. Yeah, pretty bad defeat for just smacking straight into the walls there though. This is where it gets tough, is now we don't have a lot of room to maneuver. All right, so that swordsman's dead and gone. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This dude is also gonna be done shortly. You're gonna back up to get the promotion to a swordsman next turn. Let's be friends with Cleo, just for 30 turns. I just wanna make sure she can't attack us for the next 30 turns. Awesome. Producing or purchasing military units. Dude, give me that production. Absolutely. Anti-cav. Give me the anti-cav so bad. Please give me the anti-cav. Melee. Yeah, I would like thrust then. Yeah, melee units getting +5 does kind of suck. Dude, we can just murder a heavy chariot though. That's pretty cool. Did I pillage that for health? No, let's switch these. Let's just swap them out. We'll make the health pillage when we can. Another MP just cruising through. I think we're just gonna need lots of MPs to be honest. Because once we're done, we're just gonna go straight down to Mansa Musa's territory and mess him up. So now we can get this health pillage. That feels pretty good. There, now with the battering ram, it's a major victory, and that's all we're looking for, right? These guys will just walk around. You're gonna do your thing. Good stuff. Get a couple hits in with the archers first. Oh, this is fantastic stuff. Great General, you move here so that this guy also gets the boost. Yeah, I reckon Candy is pretty screwed. All right, the archer took the brunt of that, which is perfect. Exactly what we're hoping for. So the battering ram being next to the city just affects any unit attacking the city. So any unit attacking the city is good. There we are. Feels great. No more walls means this archer's gonna be totally fine, and now it's got a promotion. We're just gonna bring all these dudes down. Things are going well. Candy is gonna go down, and that'll be the end of the early game, I think. Now they're besieged. If it's possible in your guys' game to siege a city like this, part of our strategy we've already talked lots about. You know, we played around having all these impies, having the Great General, having this power spike, and we're just executing it. But if you're able to siege cities, that's great. Just surround them with a bunch of units. It gives you a few bonuses when you're taking the cities, which is very helpful. This battering ram has also been very, very helpful for us. And now we're able to just cruise in and really start like our own little murder goon squad to come and ruin everyone's life, which is pretty fun. I do want to plunder you for gold, because this guy can sneak in and attack. Do you have another promotion yet? You don't. That's fine. Think we might be able to take it with a galley? Possibly? Can I take you with a galley? Hey, we've done it. Oh, I should have captured it in 3 turns. I should have captured it in 3 turns, but with an impy. Yeah, having that impy core would have been nice. We're just gonna run down to Mansa Musa's territory and do it to him though, so we'll have our impy core. It would have been smarter for sure to get the impy core by cruising in here and waiting 3 turns, but that's okay. We made our choice. That wasn't a misclick or anything. We made our choice. We shall live with our choice. Now that we're here, Warlord's Throne is definitely gonna be helpful at this point. I don't think we need the library. I think we're good on the impy front. I think an amphitheater here makes a lot of sense. We'll repair everything we need to repair, and we shall move on with our day. Let's see how quickly we can take a Mansa Musa city. If we can take one of his cities at the beginning, that would be great. Another Great General for the wrong era, but I guess permanently reduces your empire's war weariness is very valuable. Every time you make a battle command in the game, it adds war weariness, or anytime you get attacked. And so reducing that by 25% and not having some of those negative multipliers will be helpful anyway, although it's not really the best. I need one that covers the other eras. Here it is. This one's medieval medieval and Renaissance, and that's what we're looking for. We just want one that covers each era. All right, now that we're good to go, the impies are on the move. If we give him too much notice, he's just gonna build walls though, which is rather unfortunate, but it is what it is. Double support bonus is pretty clutch. This builder here, we didn't pillage anything, just this, so we'll fix that up. I mean, we're just making the same plays, baby. That's all we're doing. We're just heading down the exact same way we came up. We're just in a straight line all the way down to Mansa Musa cities. Taking the pyramids would be really nice. I don't think we need Jebel all that much. Do we levy Zanzibar here and have 2 armies just rushing down? I mean, these guys all have +5 combat strength right now. I think that's such a good use of cash. Done and done. And we're gonna send these guys down to Gao, these guys down here, and we're gonna make a Mansa Musa sandwich. All right, I think we're gonna end it here for video number 1. So this is the early game video of how to kind of win a domination victory in Civilization 6. Keeping in mind there are lots of ways to win a domination victory in Civilization 6, and we've only kind of scratched the surface here with Shaka. Depending on your map, who you're playing, who's next to you, you might find a different way through, but we've used our unique unit. We're rushing the MPs. We've got our great general, which is very important. We're using the battering ram to mitigate the walls. We are kind of just running down and causing a ruckus wherever we can. It took us a while to come online, and we're still like it's Deity. We're gonna have to play from behind here. We're still behind everyone else in yields. But if you did enjoy this video, feel free to let me know. Use the like button, the subscribe button, let me know in the comments. Check out the description for links to Twitch, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, all of those types of things. I guess you're on the YouTube channel, but we have a YouTube live channel if you want to check that out as well. But otherwise, just thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video where we'll take a look at the domination in the mid game.